Rob Dillingham is probably the second most popular player out of this year's draft class. And he technically is first because obviously Bronny was going to be the most popular out of the draft class. I mean, he's literally LeBron's seed. So
what?
There's really no competing with popularity there. But I feel like I've heard about Rob Dillingham ever since he's really been in like high school. He's known for like his shiftiness and just a very deep bag on offense. And I think he has a lot of potential to be a good player in the NBA. So today we're going to be giving him 99 potential, which means he has the possibility, if everything plays out right, to be one of the best players of all time. Now, there definitely is still a way that he doesn't turn out to be the greatest player of all time and ends up as a bust, but we did up his potential from an 85 to a 99. So he has the ability to reach a 99 overall and maybe form an absolutely crazy dynasty with Anthony Edwards and the rest of this Timberwolves team. All right, so we are officially 20 games throughout the season. Rob Dillingham started with 14 minutes a game at the start of the year. He is up to 16 minutes a game, which means he's probably doing well. Well, I mean, he's not doing as great as I thought he would be doing by right now. 6.7 points per game, 1.6 boards, and 1.9 assists, but it's his rookie year. I'm really just wanting to check into how he was doing to see if he's going to be in contention for the rookie of the year, but if he puts up this stat line, he's probably not going to be. But I mean, usually the person that's going to win rookie of the year in these simulations is someone that gets drafted to like a bad team and is a starter and has to take on like a lot of production early, and he really doesn't have to take on a ton of production early right now because I mean, we got one of the best players in the league in Ant. We also got Mike Conley starting over him, so I mean, his time's gonna come and he's just gonna keep developing. I just got a notification on my phone that Trae Young hit a 49-foot game winner to beat the Jazz. That shot Trae Young just hit was crazy. If YouTube allows me to show it, I'm gonna put it in the video. I don't know if like copyright if I could show it or not, but I guess you guys will see.
Hawks don't have a timeout. Trae from midcourt to win it. Oh!
Zachary Rishisher wins the rookie of the year. Rob did not win it, but it doesn't really matter too much. If you don't win rookie of the year, it's really not the biggest deal. It's not going to decide your career, so it doesn't really matter. Anthony Edwards did make the All-NBA second team. He put up 31.7 points per game this year for the T-Wolves, and the Wolves got the second seed in the playoffs. Let's go see what Rob Dillingham did for the season, and let's see how many minutes per game he is up to now in the rotation. They actually got him in the starting lineup now, so Rob Dillingham started as like the 9th man this year and played all the way up to the starting lineup. That's fire. Bumped up to 7.7 points per game, 1.5 boards, 2.3 assists. I don't know when he entered the starting lineup or he's just entering it now for the playoffs, but Mike Conley has been bumped to the bench and Rob's in the starting lineup. You know, he's obviously not playing like as big of a role as he's going to be in the future right now because he's only a rookie, but T-Wolves are still a good team, so we're going to simulate through this playoff series. They 4-0 the Sacramento Kings. Rob had 13 in game 4. He had 17 in game 1, 1 board, 1 assist, 10 in game 2, Ant with a 31 ball. Ant had 27 in game 3, and Rob had 19, 6 and 5 off 7 and 14 shooting, 5 for 7 from 3. So Rob, wait, did I just say he fouled out too? Yeah, he did foul out. Yo, SGA went for 75 points and 15 assists. Did I just see that correctly? They 4-0 swept the Memphis Grizzlies. 75, 8 and 15. That's the highest I think I've ever seen in a simulation. I've never seen over like 60 something. I don't think I've ever seen someone get 70, 75, 8 and 15, almost a 75-point triple double. 31 for 32 from the free throw line. 31 for 32 is a crazy free throw percentage. Only missing 1 free throw on 32 shots. But all right, now we got to go play SGA. So SGA, cool out for this series. No 75-point games. We take game 1, Ant with 28, and SGA dropped 42. What is he averaging out throughout the playoffs? He's averaging 48 points per game throughout the playoffs and 10 assists. All right, but we do take game 1 still. They come back, the Thunder, and take the next game. Randall with 34. Rob with 9, 1 and 4, 3 for 14 from the floor. So an off night for Rob. And SGA dropped 57. Bro, what is going on? I promise you, this is just the normal SGA. I did not import a SGA or anything like that. All right, this is normal SGA, normal stats, normal badges, no even Hall of Fame badges. He's just going crazy. All right, 1-1 series. The Thunder take the next game. SGA 43 again, bro. He's got to be averaging 50 now throughout the playoffs. He's averaging 48.6 throughout the playoffs. What did Rob do? Rob had a double-double, almost a triple-double. He shot 17 shots. He's averaging 15.9 throughout the playoffs. Rob is developing really nice. And the Thunder take the next game. This might be the end of, I mean, SGA hasn't dropped under 44 points. I think this might be his lowest scoring game throughout the series, or maybe 42 it was, but yeah, he's locked in. Rob with a 17-point game on 9 shots, 6 for 9 from the floor, 8 assists. But I think this is going to be the end of the T-Wolves run. Yeah, 4-1. I mean, honestly, Randall just went for 50 and we still lost. So that means SGA probably just dropped like 80 points. Okay, 54 for SGA, bro. If the Thunder don't go and win a championship right now, something's wrong. 2K glazes Luka to the maximum. Ronnie is on his knees 24/7 for Luka. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this Thunder OKC series plays out. Dallas is up 2-1. Dallas is up 3-1. SGA had 18 that game. That's actually crazy. 3-2. What did SGA just do that game? 51. He's averaging 44 throughout the playoffs still. What's Luka averaging throughout the playoffs? Luka's averaging 29, 9, and 12. But so Luka's averaging a triple-double, but averaging definitely a lot less points. And they're going to a game 7. I know this is a Rob Dillingham simulation, but if this is a close game towards the end, I feel like we gotta hop in and watch the end. All right, it was not a close game. I was actually really hoping to be a close game and see like SGA and Luka battle it out in the final minutes, but I just skipped over that. But I just see Scotty Barnes and the Raptors are in the finals. I swear the East has the most wildest outcomes sometimes. Like I barely pay attention to the East when we're in the West simulations, but then I'll look over and see like the Nets or like the Bulls or the Raptors have made the finals. Like the Mavericks should just 4-0 these guys. They 4-1 them. Luka finals MVP. Big surprise. Congratulations, Luka. We get it, bro. We get it. We say it every video. We're good at basketball. We get it. Ronnie, get off your knees. Stop glazing Luka. Let's get to the offseason though and see how Rob develops. All right, so Rob goes up 9 overalls over the offseason, up to an 83. He started the video off at a 74. He's now up to an 83 overall. All right, and Rob Dillingham wins an award this season. 18.1 points per game, 3.4 boards, 5.7 assists, winning the most improved player. Shea does win the clutch player of the year, putting up 28.3, 4.9 boards, and 7.6 assists. So he did not average 70 points per game throughout the regular season, or 48, or whatever he was averaging throughout the playoffs last year. Ant on an All-NBA second team once again, 31 points per game again for Ant, so a really nice season. This was the All-NBA first team, the guys that made it over him. So I mean, some pretty good players, and literally the same matchup we had last year in the playoffs in the first round. We got the Sacramento Kings. Let's check how Rob did though on the season. 18.1 points per game, 3.4 boards, and 5.7 assists. So Rob developing really nicely. Upped his points per game by 11 this year, upped his rebounds by 2 and assists by 3. This Kings lineup we're playing is basically the exact same Kings lineup that you know in real life this regular season. Besides, they do have Miles Bridges actually. That's a good pickup for them, I think, and it's proven to be a pretty good pickup for him actually. They're up 2-1 on us on the series. 2-2. Can we bring it back 3-2? No, we're down 3-2, and we're facing first round elimination right here. And it is telling me to give more minutes to Rob Dillingham, so I got to go adjust the coaching rotation after this game. I don't know why it doesn't just auto adjust in 2K. You gotta like go in and like change 1 minute and then have it auto adjust itself, and then it will auto adjust it to what it's supposed to be. I mean, just they literally just put no effort into their game every year. It's a sad sight to see. But yeah, a 9-point game, a minute 29 left. It's looking like the T-Wolves are getting sent home. Yeah, we're getting sent home in the first round by the Kings. I mean, that is a tough 7 seed, but they also picked up Draymond Green too. So Draymond Green and Sabonis on the same team. I wonder how those guys are getting along in the locker room. Rob with 13, 3-3, and in the game they get bounced. Julius Randle 33 and 13, and Ant had 19. So a tough first round team to match up against, but like I said, you know, every team in the West is going to be tough that we match up against. We're going to have to play really tough playoff series throughout Rob's entire career. So I mean, we should have won that, but we don't. So yeah, Luka goes for the 2-piece. Someone's got to take down Luka next season. Ant up 4 overalls to a 98 overall. Rob up 7, already up to a 90. All right, I think this might be the year that this duo kind of explodes on the scene. Pause. You know what I mean though, like makes a name for themselves. All right, this is my last year importing a draft class too, because I refuse to go like anything deeper than like 2028, or I'll do the 2028, but like anything past that, we have like 2030, 2031, 2032 mock drafts. I was saying this in the other video a couple of days ago. Why do we have mock drafts of like preschoolers? How do you guys even know who's gonna be in the mock draft with literal 4th graders, bro? They just go to the local schools around and like, oh, he's 6'4" in 4th grade. All right, what's your name? Yeah, okay, yeah, you're going in my 2K mock draft. All right, Anthony Edwards just cannot make that All-NBA first team. Another 32 point per game season, and he's on the All-NBA second team once again. Luka, Wemby, Jokic, Giannis, and Morant make it over him. What did Ja do? 27 points per game, 6 boards, 8 assists, and then Luka won the MVP again this year and went for like basically a 30 point per game triple double. So I could see Luka, but Ja Morant at 27, 6, and 8 versus 32, 7, and 4, and 1.7 steals. I don't know. know, kind of seems a little rigged if you ask me. I feel like Ant should definitely be on that All-NBA first team, but I'm just peeping this. Rob Dillingham actually gets on his first All-NBA team. That's actually his first accolade. Well, no, it's his second accolade because he won Most Improved Player, but 22.1 points per game, 5 boards, 7.6 assists, so almost getting to that double-double average range. His assists has been going up by like 2 per season. Points went up 11, then 4. Boards are going up, so everything's going up for Rob. So good trajectory path, I guess you would call it. These are his awards so far: 3rd team All-NBA, Most Improved Player, and 2nd team All-Rookie. So hopefully add into that soon. We got the 3 seed versus the Denver Nuggets this year. Rob's up to 37 minutes a game now. Ant is up to a 99 overall. So Ant's really hitting his true potential this sim. And we're up 3-1 on the Nuggets. Could we close them out? We can close them out. Ant with 25, Rob with 22. And we're moving on to the second round against the Thunder, who did knock us out just 2 years ago in the playoffs. They're up 2-0, up 2-1. That was a must-win game. We just won. If we lost that, we definitely were done for the series, going down 3-0. But OKC wins the next big game and takes that 3-2 lead. SGA with 36, Ant with 20, Rob with 14 and 11. All right, but here we go. Game 6, facing elimination in Minnesota on the home floor. We don't lose games at home in the playoffs. Come on, lock in, T-Wolves. 123, 114. It looks like the T-Wolves are getting sent home again. Ant with 37, Rob with 27, and just not enough because Chet had 35 and 3 blocks. SGA with 29 and 7 assists. And they also went and picked up Pascal Siakam. I didn't even realize that, so that's a good pickup for him. And it looks like the Thunder are also going to go on to advance to the finals. And the Raptors have made it to not back-to-back. They made it to 2 finals in the past 3 years, but the Thunder do take it home. SGA wins his first championship. All right, Rob up to a 93 overall and up to a 98, or he actually went down to a 98. He was a 99 over the season. And I mean, Rob is only 22, so he still has a lot of career left. This T-Wolves team needs to start getting playoff wins, though. And finally cracks that All-NBA first team. Let's see what he put up. 32.4, 7.1, and 5 assists. So basically the same season as last season. He finally gets it. They've been disrespecting him, not giving him it. And Rob Dillingham makes his first All-NBA second team with 25.2 points per game and 5.4 boards, 8.6 assists. So it might be this duo's year to go all the way and try and finally win the West. We got the Blazers in the first round. I mean, it's the Portland Trailblazers. If we lose to the Portland Trailblazers, some changes might have to be made. All right, we 4-1 the Trailblazers. We got the Memphis Grizzlies in the second round. We are up 3-0 on them. Can we go 4-0? We do. We get the 4-0 sweep, and we're moving on to the Western Conference Finals against Luka, who has been on a crazy run so far. So we got to try and take down this Mavericks team. They take the first 2 games. We take the next game. Ant with 39, Rob with 29, and an 8-point W. This is a big game. If we go down 3-1, we're most likely going home. So yeah, we go down 3-1, and we're most likely probably going home. 3-2. I mean, there's definitely still a chance. Ant just had 33, 12, and 6, and Rob had 25, 6, and 8 to extend the series. I mean, there's definitely still a chance we win 2 games, but it's going to be a very tough 2 games. We got our first one, game 6 in Minnesota. If we lose 1, we are out. All right, we're forcing the game 7, 129-99 with a minute left. I don't think the Mavs can come back from that. Rob with 39 and 8. Rob's only 6'3" too, grabbing like a decent amount of rebounds. And he also had 8 assists. Ant also had 38 and 6 and 2 steals. So Rob and Ant are playing really well together. Going into game 7, let's see how this plays out. All right, game 7, win or go home. 126-125. Ant blowing by Kyrie. He smokes the layup, and Dallas now has the chance to take the lead. They do have Kyle Kuzma as well. Dallas picked up over the season. Kyrie goes up with not the best shot, to be honest, and Ant gets the ball back, pushing up the floor. I mean, Kyrie should not be able to guard Anthony Edwards. Ant, oh my god, he just bodied Kuzma with the behind the back like windmill. I don't even know, not windmill, but like a clutch. I don't even know what that was. All right, Ant trying to stay in front of Kyrie. Skin screen by Lively. Kyrie with the ball, working on Ant. Kyrie pulls up, misses. Rob with the board, and we're going to be advancing as long as Ant can hit 2 free throws. If he hits both of these free throws, we're most likely advancing. All right, he hit the first one. Here's the second one. Smacks it. That should be game. We're going to sim to end. I better not see the Mavs come back. All right, 132-128 win. Rob with 25 points and a big rebound. Ant with 28 and 13 and 5 steals as well for Ant. So, yeah, the Timberwolves are advancing on to the finals. I think I saw that the Pacers were the ones that made it out of the East. Yeah, they did. So honestly, this could definitely be a first championship right here for the T-Wolves. I don't think this Pacers team is as good as us, but let's see. All right, we take the first 2 games against the Pacers. First 3 games, 4-0 sweep, 4-0 sweep. Rob and Ant win their first championship. Ant does win the finals MVP, 34.2 points per game, and had a great series. Rob averaged 27.1 points per game throughout the playoffs, 5 boards, and 7.6 assists. So almost averaging 30 throughout the entire playoffs, up to a 95 overall, and wins his first championship. All right, so there were some big moves over the offseason. SGA actually ended up joining the Philadelphia 76ers with Tyrese Maxey and the TikToker. Joel Embiid is still on the team, but he is down to an 83. Another big move, Karl Anthony Towns actually left the Knicks and joined the Phoenix Suns. And Jaren Jackson joined the Chicago Bulls. I think that's really like kind of all like the bigger moves. That's really all the moves that happened over the offseason. So the league changing up a little bit. SGA to the Sixers is definitely the biggest move. Okay, on to the playoffs for this year. We got the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Let's compare these starting lineups. Rob Dillingham, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Aiden Sheardon, a guy that we drafted in one of these draft classes, and Naz Reid. Versus the Suns lineup, definitely looking different. Kevin Durant actually retired over the offseason, so they got Devin Booker, Jalen Wells, Alexander Walker, Noah Clowney, and Cat. So still a pretty good Phoenix team. They did win the play-in tournament, or yes, to get the 7th seed, but let's see how we do against them. Down 2-1, 2-2 series. Could we go up 3-2? We could not. We're gonna have to play 2 elim games in a row. I'm just gonna hit simulate through game, and we get bounced. I was hoping we go to a game 7 and maybe try and hop in it, but we do get bounced. Rob Dillingham 27, 5 and 9. Ant with 21, and I'm pretty sure Ant's on a contract year going into this offseason, so Ant could actually end up leaving. And the Thunder win the championship against the Chicago Bulls without SGA on the team. This is what the Thunder's roster is looking like without SGA, and they go and win the championship. SGA and the Sixers didn't even make the East playoffs. That's not something that I'd expect. And Anthony Edwards has left the squad, leaving Rob really by himself. This team is kind of in pieces right now. Rob does have 1 year left on his deal, so hopefully he's going to leave over the offseason. I'm guessing this is just going to be a throwaway season. Anthony Edwards actually went to New York to team up with Jalen Brunson. I'm not going to lie. That is a fire duo. I feel like I could see Ant in a New York Knicks uniform. I feel like he'd be the right player to play on the Knicks in the state of New York. But yeah, this is what Rob Dillingham's working with in this starting lineup. Is literally him and Naz Reid and a bunch of G League players. So the rebuild is going to start in Minnesota. Hopefully Rob Dillingham is not part of it. Rob might average 40 this season, but yeah, we start off with 4 straight L's, and yeah, most likely not gonna make the playoffs. All right, so Rob put up 35 points per game basically this season, which is a crazy number. I told you guys, he was probably gonna have a really good year, but they finished 30 and 52, 13th in the West. Rob is a free agent. They obviously did not make the playoffs, so honestly, hopefully Rob leaves over the offseason, because that Timberwolves team is gonna take a couple years to rebuild. So let's see if he goes anywhere or is gonna stay. Yeah, he ended up staying. He signed a 1-year deal, or maybe he was on like an option and just showed 1 year, and now it's actually 1 year left. But Naz Reid left also, so maybe expect like a 50 point per game average, I would think, but definitely don't expect the playoffs this year. The T-Wolves went 11 and 71, which is a top 5 worst record of all time. That's actually crazy. 44 games back of first place. Rob put up 30 points per game this season, but I mean, we can't really expect him to bring this roster to the playoffs. It's impossible. The Thunder go on and win another championship without SGA. That's just crazy to me how they're winning championships without SGA. That makes no sense. But Jalen Williams leading the team, 27 points per game, or not 27 points per game, but 27 points in the final game, and they beat the Bucks 4-1. All right, finally Rob does leave the team. Let's go check where he went. Free agent, so he didn't sign with anyone. All right, that's usually just a glitch though, and like they just don't find like a place for him over the regular season or like the free agency. Usually if you sim like a week or two, even sometimes like a day, they'll sign with the team. So hold on, let me try and stop the simulation. It's just freezing up and glitching. Okay, so he did join a team. He joined the Memphis Grizzlies on a 1-year minimum contract. I don't know what's going on. Definitely a weird team for him to join, because they do still have Ja Morant and they also have Jared McCain. So this team's like very deep in guards. They also have Pascal Siakam though, and an 89 overall center. So this team might not be too bad. They did start off the regular season 1-6 now, but still a lot of time to try and make up for it. And the Grizzlies go 28 and 54. The Minnesota Timberwolves went 5 and 77 without Rob. But yeah, Rob not making the playoffs for his 3rd straight year in a row now. So the career's kind of taking a little like dead spot, but hopefully they could get back to it. I don't know how that Memphis team didn't even get in the play-in at least with all that talent on the roster. SGA is now in the Mavericks. We're getting deep into the simulation, and the Bulls and Cameron Boozer, Carlos Boozer's son, wins a Finals MVP. We're getting a little too deep in. We might only go a couple more years of this. All right, so Rob was only on a 1 year. He did leave the Memphis Grizzlies. Did he go anywhere, or is he gonna be a free agent again for the start of the season? No, he joined the Golden State Warriors, signed a 4-year $211 million deal. Okay, I don't know why he signed a minimum last year. Jasper Johnson, Jonathan Kuminga, Abraham Collier, Pozenski still on the team. I mean, it's just a lot of people we don't really know, because they're kind of like more more like younger player rookies and stuff like that have been getting drafted over the years. But Rob teaming up with Kuminga, that should be a fire duo, and we're gonna see how this works out. Hopefully Rob can make the playoffs. Has not seen the playoffs in 3-4 seasons, so definitely need it. All right, Golden State did get in the playoffs, so it is Rob is back in the playoffs. Put up 22.5 points per game this season, so not as good as a point like average that he's been doing, but we did make it back into the playoffs. We are the 6th seed. We are down 3-1, and Golden State gets bounced 4-1. So it really hasn't been going too well the past couple seasons. I'm gonna sim the next couple seasons. If Rob does make it to like a finals or something, I will show you guys.
A few years later.
Okay, so it is actually the year 2037, 2038 season. It's 2038 right now in the playoffs. Rob's been having some good seasons like point per game wise, but they just have not really been able to make the playoffs. He did leave Golden State for a little bit, went to Houston, and then came back. The farthest he's got since I left off was the 2nd round. So this is gonna be my last season right here to see if Rob could go out on a championship. We got Denver in the first series, and I have no clue who anyone in their lineup is, and Robert Dillingham is the only person on his team I know. So yeah, we're getting way too deep in, and it's 3-0, and we go out 4-0. So that's gonna be it for Rob. Good career, you know, he won a championship, was going crazy, just kind of got put in some bad situations towards the end of his career. And yeah, that's all I got. So road to 10K, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and also drop a like on the video. Peace.